Yeah, Kulie Nora Ndi Bondo Manegayente. I say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Ndi Bolile, Mundi Chukwuhurunanya, and friends of Igbo people all over the world. We say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Once again, we welcome you to yet another conference of ALADINMMA, where we discuss issues about Igbo land and Igbo people, wherever we are, anywhere in the world. Tonight is a special night, and our guest is a special guest. However, I will first of all like to welcome you. My name is Martins Amuzie, and with me tonight is my brother, my colleague, who is here with me, Maze Ike Morisa. Ike, you're welcome. Ike, you're not audible. You're not audible.
Okay, I muted myself. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother Amuzema Martins. Today is a wonderful day. It's one of our days again of uh, talking to our people and bringing them up to speed with the need to be done. Tonight we are having a very wonderful guest. But I guess before we proceed, we are going to commit this occasion into the hands of the Almighty so that our journey will be smooth and easy. So, can we say a short prayer before we go ahead? Thank you.
All right.
Onye nwe anyị na Chineke onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, anyị na-ekele gị n'oge awa a otu isi wee kpọkọta anyị nwawa ụmụ gị ee ịbịa tụgharịa uche n'ụzọ anyị ga-esi chọta nnwere onwe nke anyị na-achọ n'ala Naịjirịa ebe a na-akpagbu anyị akpagbu. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke a na-ayọ gị ntụgharị uche nke anyị ga-enwe n'abalị a ka ị wụrụ onye ndu, wụrụ onye nkwado, wụrụ onye ntụziaka ka ihe niile anyị ga-eme n'abalị a wee gaa siriri werere. Ọbụladị nwanne anyị nwoke nke chikwe ala Biafra na-anọnyere anyị n'ụbọchị taa, anyị na-ayọ gị onye nwe anyị ka ichekwawa ya ebe ọbụla ọ nọ. Ekwele ndị iro nyokwuo ya, ekwele ndị iro gbaa ya gburugburu ma ọ bụ ihe ọbụla mee ya. Anyị na-ayọ gị ka oge a na-aga ka ị wụrụ onye mgbazi ụzọ nye anyị. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke nara otuto na mbuli elu na n'ọdịja mma. Nke a ka anyị na-ayọ gị n'aha nwa gị Jizọs Kraịst. Ise.
You say, thank you very much, Maze Ike Morisa. It's always a thing of fun and joy having you and working with you. Uh, and together we've really handled a lot of things and we have a lot to handle too. Ladies and gentlemen, Ndi Igbooma, tonight we have a special guest in our midst, a man of quality character and personality. But before I introduce him, I would like to tell you a little bit about this great personality. He is a native of Olo in Imo State of Nigeria, a graduate of philosophy from Imo State University. He held so many important positions while in school and have been in the forefront of the liberation of Ndi in many aspects and in many angles. Okay. While in school, he held the position of the director of transport, Students Union Government of Imo State University. He was the Prime Minister of Ohaneze Ndibo Undergraduate Forum, Imo State University. He was a House of Assembly candidate under the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, back then in 2015, and Imo State Labour Party Secretary, back then between 2016 to 2018. He was Imo State Labour Party Organizing Secretary in 2018, National President Ohaneze Youth Council, a position he still holds till today from 2019 till date. He was a general, he is, I can still say, the special assistant to the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo, the late Professor George Obiozo, on youth affairs. I still believe he still holds that position up to now. He is the consultant and managing director, CEO of Igboayaka Consultant Services and specialized on human resources and community development and media political consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, the man we are talking about is a man of social justice, equity, and fairness. He has devoted his time and political revolution, revolutionary struggle since his teenage time in Igbo land. He has been at the forefront um, of the president from the Southeast extraction. He has been agitating for that for many years and still on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mazi Comrade Igboayaka O Igboayaka. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
You're welcome. Briefly, I think you have something to before we hand over leave the floor for Mazi Igboayaka.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to add so much to what you have already said because you have enumerated a lot about our special guest today. He is a man of integrity, a man of quality, a man that have invested so much and paid his dues in the in the welfare and affairs of the Igbo people in Nigeria. So I would just like to welcome him and tell him that today is our day. The day is our day with him. He is also going to let us know what he has in mind for the Igbo people. But before we go to that, I would like to commiserate a bit with him on the loss of the President General of the Ohaneze Igbo, in the person of Professor Obiozo, who died some few days ago. So it's really a great loss to Igbo people, and to a great extent to Nigeria in particular, but to Igbo people in particular, he's a great man of integrity, and the loss of such a person is a great loss to Igbo people. We want to say you should accept our condolences from the platform of ALADINMMA. Ndewo, my
Thank
brother.
you. They will.
Yeah, on that note, I will call, let us observe a minute silence to to our leader, the late Professor George Obiozo. Please, can we observe a minute silence before we continue? May his soul and that of the departed saints rest in peace in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Tonight, we are looking on a very important, we are going to handle a very important topic. Most of the things that have been an issue in Igbo land, and indeed Nigeria and Africa at large. Our topic tonight is on election, 2023 election, and insecurity in Igbo land. Election and insecurity in Igbo land. So without much wasting of our time, I would like to call on our guest tonight, Sir Comrade Igboayaka O Igboayaka. You have the floor. Talk to ALADINMMA.
Thank you, my brother. All protocol duly observed. It's a privilege to be in your midst to discuss this critical topic, or to look at this critical situation the Igbo people found ourselves today in Nigeria political project. Well, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, most especially in Southeast, took a big worst dimension since 2015, from the activities of the Fulani henchmen, the bandits and the kidnappers ravaging uh, part of the Igbo land, especially Enugu, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, and the Abia State, and few places in Imo. From there, we entered the issue of when ESN was launched. And before the launching of ESN, the Igbo people, we cried out the need to protect our life and properties by Nigeria government. And when the issue of Fulani henchmen got so worst, we demanded to have indigenous security network within our area. None of the governor from Southeast listened to the people, and that was part of the reason the Yoruba people formed Amotoku to protect the life and properties of the Yoruba people. The Southeast governors refused to do anything but decided Nigeria government as a part of the conspirators causing the insecurity in Southeast. On this note, the pro-Biafran groups of IPOP established what they called ESN. Since that time, it has been a battle between ESN and the Nigeria security forces. From there, the thing metamorphosed into the issue of prison break in Owerri, where unfortunately the Nigeria government alleged IPOP, and for so many occasions I personally accused the Inspector General of Police. I also accused the Commissioner of Police Imo State. I also accused the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operation Imo State on the issue of what a prison break, because I have a very strong logic. I said that the operation that lasted more than 4 hours cannot be executed by IPOP, and there was no reprisal attack either from Nigeria government or security agents, because Obize to Owerri prison is not more than 7 minutes drive at night when you cannot meet any hold up or go slow. But there was no reprisal attack to confront those people they claimed that to be IPOP. And within the Owerri prison, we are aware that they have more than 4 or 3 machine guns, because about 3 generals are living within the area. But these people came and did the operation successfully and also entered the police state headquarters, where we can have at least not less than 60 or 70 police people at night duty. But the information we had, it was IPOP. So we argued for them to release the footage of the operation of what happened in our prison. Till today, they have not done that. And that was at the level we have a escalation of insecurity from unknown gunmen to kidnappers and to people that are having camps here and there in Southeast, adopting people, kidnapping people and killing them, and all sorts of criminal activities going on. Today, the situation is more worse because last month we experienced the activities of Fulani henchmen at Ihamufu. On 22nd and 23rd of November, over 100 persons killed, 50 persons were missing. They relaunched the attack again on 7th and again on 13th on December without any confrontation from Nigeria security agents. Till today, none of those people that perpetuated this crime, killing more than 200 persons, has been caught or arrested. None. And I have said this severally, and I will line with the statement of General Sani Abacha that any place insurgents lasted more than 24 hours, the government in power, they are responsible. Unfortunately, today in Nigeria, we are living in a country where the government and security agents of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they are petting criminals, they are petting Fulani henchmen, they are petting Boko Haram and bandits. That is the situation in the country today. And I have said it that today we are living in a third country. Nigeria has failed in its entirety because one of the primary duty of a responsible government is the protection of the life and properties of its citizenry. But today, on that note, Nigeria government, they have failed. There is a colossal failure to protect our life and properties. And again, on the issue of embargo that was lodged by the governors of Southeast Extraction. It's another level of insecurity that we are suffering. We are living in a state where any person they see, they attack the person IPOP or ESN. They will even rob the person. They will even uh, collect the person's belonging and allege them. If the person makes up, they will tell the world that the person is a IPOP member or ESN member. So on the embargo has also caused more harm than what the reason they were established, which is today is unknown to the people of Igbo people in general. Is very, very important at this time. Last time, when the issue of Ihamufu happened, I raised alarm that the only thing we can do is to go on self-defense because there is no case either in court or any henchman, has been tried or bring to book to face, justice of what they have done. So I said it that the only thing we can do in this third state is for us to protect ourselves. Because for me, I cannot allow any person to enter my village to slaughter or kill my people. It will be eye for eye, tooth for tooth. And that is what self-defense entails. I can't allow you to kill me. If I see any criminal coming to my community, coming to my house to kill me, I will make sure that the person will drop dead before anything happens. That is the only way forward for Ndibo. It is unfortunate that the people we call our governors, our leaders in Southeast, they have failed in its entirety. They are not in the project of protecting our life or doing anything for us. They are in the business of making money. I have said it that we have a governors here that are doing trade by barter. They are using our life, they are using our properties to trade for their position and for money. So any Igbo man that is believing the Southeast to pro security for us or on issue of bringing the necessary social amenities for us, the person is wasting his time. And because of this issue, our youth have gone haywire. They don't listen to any advice again. They are more frustrated than ever. So in a state where you have a frustrated youth, the state will be characterized with a high level of insecurity. So that is the situation in Southeast. Now, one can look at in three dimensions the level of insecurity we are having in Southeast. We are having the level of insecurity from extrajudiciary killing of the innocent people by the Nigeria security agents. We are also experiencing insecurity by the Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and kidnappers. We are also experiencing insecurity by some criminal gangsters that are being sponsored by the state actors. Because we not believe the issue of unknown government that parade in our streets or the cities within Igbo land, and they will go free without any person harassing them. We have no doubt, and we have said it, that the government in power, they are responsible. And we have said it that if a government cannot protect the life and properties of its citizens, what they need to do is to resign. But they will not resign because they are part of the conspirators of the level of insecurities we are having in Southeast. So you can see in these three dimensions I mentioned the level of insecurity we are having in Southeast, and something needs to be done about it. Like I have said in the past, the only thing available for us is for all the communities in Igbo land to have their own indigenous security network that will complement the fruitless effort of the Nigeria security agents. That is the only way forward. We cannot continue to fold our hand and wait for this government that lack human face, that lack human empathy. We cannot continue. Any attempt to continue to wait for them is a suicidal mission. That is really the situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Igboayaka O Igboayaka. You've really mentioned something that has been a cause of worry to every Igbo man, both in Nigeria and in diaspora. I'm talking about the Igboayaka and there are menace in Igbo land talking about the government that has compromised with terrorists invading our land and without check by the governors or government in place. This has been a source of worry. Before we go into quick questions, and I know you are ready, I would like to call on Mazi Ike Wallis. I think you have something to say in this.
Yes, I want to thank Mazi Igboayaka for extensively dealing with the issue of insecurity that we have in our land currently. Because every witness to this situation that we face, that we witness in our land, we know that government is accomplice to the crime. That government is complicit in everything that is causing insecurity in our land. Because recently, Sheikh Gume, the one that is negotiating between the Nigerian terrorists and the Nigerian government, said that he advised the Nigerian electorate not to vote anybody that is going to come in, and he will fight bandits because bandits are their brothers. That statement is in the public domain. That statement is in a national newspaper, and it's also carried by some television houses in Nigeria. When a cleric, a Muslim cleric, will come out and declare bandits that is a terrorist group that is terrorizing the nation, and declare that they are their brothers, that nobody should vote for any candidate that will come in to fight against those bandits, and nothing is being done. My brother, I just feel like, if I have the power to dissolve that country called Nigeria, just melt it down and let a new breed of people come in there. So with what that cleric has said, Sheikh Gumel, what do you have to say regarding the insecurity that we are witnessing, and the statement of a known cleric, and the response, the deaf ear that the government have paid to such a statement?
I think you people should understand one thing that is very, very fundamental. There are so many different laws that are being used in Nigeria. One country using different constitutions. That is what we are seeing in Nigeria, because the constitution for northern Nigeria is different constitution from people of the southern Nigeria. And when you come to southern Nigeria, the constitution for south and southeast or southwest is not the same thing. In Nigeria, the constitution that are being used for Boko Haram is not the same constitution for IPOP or any of the pro-Biafran group. The constitution for Fulani man is not the constitution they use for an Igbo man. That is the situation in Nigeria today. So we have a government or a people in Nigeria that they are on a political and economic and religious projects. Fulani people, they are on a political and economic project, and that their project is to rule Nigeria, that their project is take over Nigeria, and that project, there is nothing you can do. Only thing you can do is to stop them by two ways. Either you take over power at the center, or there will be restructuring, or the issue of secession in Nigeria. That is the only thing we can do. People should understand this thing. There is nothing you can tell a Fulani president about the Boko Haram. He believes you, or the bandits, he believes you, because it is their program, it is their agenda. So when people ask me, what do you think? I don't know whether people are we, the Igbo people, we are feeling the reality. The reality on ground is that they believe that they are born to rule. The reality on ground is that there is an external influence of the British government influencing what is happening in Nigeria, and they have chosen the weak tribe to rule Nigeria. And that weak tribe is a Fulani people because they can compromise with whatever they want. I don't think that an Igbo man, or I don't think that somebody from any part of the Biafra land will compromise to listen to that of a British interest in Nigeria political projects. No. So the issue is that these people, it is a deliberate and calculated attempt, plans to execute and get whatever they want. So, and any person stopping them, they will crush the person. So this time around, what we need to do is, one, there is a need, or there is a need for sensation. That is the only solution for the insecurity in Nigeria. Without this, we are wasting our time. The government we are having today have compromised. This is the first time in the history of any country or in the world that the government compromised with bandits, with criminals, and with terrorists to continue to kill and maim the citizenry. This is the first time we are seeing this thing in Nigeria. So it's not by chance. It is not by out of luck. It is a calculated attempt. It is a program. It is a project to make sure that they will deal with the Igbo people or other tribes in Nigeria. Look at what is happening in Middle Belt. They are taking their land. They are killing them. The Fulani henchmen. So they are fronting the Fulani henchmen in order to do the acts, so that you may think that it is a clash. They normally use the word clash between the headers and the farmers. No, it is not a clash. How can you say that a farmer with a hoe, with a knife is clashing with somebody with AK-47? How are these people getting the AK-47? They are being sponsored by the government. We have said this severally, and we will continue to say it without any fear or favor. Nigeria government have compromised. The state is sinking every day. So the only solution left for Ndibo is to clinch, to get the president of this country to put this in order in this country, so that we can have a country that every person will have equal right and equal opportunity. I have said it severally, for the advocate of peace and unity in Nigeria. You cannot have peace and unity in Nigeria with the level of leadership and the political structure we have today in Nigeria cannot give us peace, because the absence of justice, the absence of fairness and equity cannot guarantee peace. Today, we have a government that have sent justice to exile, that have murdered fairness and equity, and they preach about peace and just. It is practically impossible. I challenge them, and I challenge any leader in the world that want to preach about peace without justice. The person is a hypocrite. That is the simple definition. So for you to attain peace in Nigeria, there must be equity, there must be fairness, there must be justice. And they cannot push us to the wall and believe that we not act. When you take what belongs to me, when you don't want me to be part of the country that I have contributed to build, and you don't want me to be part of empower sharing. Today, we are aware of federal character and that of a quota system. The quota system will make somebody from Imo State to score 250 in order to get admission in the federal college. But somebody from Gombe or Katsina will score 5 or 6. That is quota system. And this is just to encourage the weaker people to get involved in the country. If there should be a quota system in terms of employment, in terms of recruitment in some security department in this country, this quota system should also be in power sharing in all ramifications. That is what we are saying. But they will not do this because they don't want Nigeria to survive. They don't want the country to work. So when they talk about peace and unity of Nigeria, I laugh. The peace and unity of Nigeria cannot be guaranteed under this structure, this structural government. It is impossible because we are not animals. Even if we are animals, it will not work. We are not robots. We are human beings with sense. So that is the situation of the things in this country. Our people should understand that these people, they are on project, and I have said the way out what we need to do. We don't need to start complaining or thinking that they will change. They will not change. They will not change. If you like, cry and complain from now to 100 years, they will not change. The solution lies in restructuring. The solution lies in rotatory presidency. The solution lies in dividing this country to your tent, O Israel. That is the options left for Nigerians to choose in order to have peace in Nigeria. Or therefore, peace will continue to elude us in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, comrade. You've really opened up some issues here. But before I go into some of the issues you pointed out, like restructuring and secession and quota system, I want to come back again to this issue of insecurity in Igbo land. Now, considering the mayhem going on in the land, the military occupation, the Fulani herdsmen terrorists in our bushes, the massacre by unchecked terrorists, and the Nigerian military are silent. The government, the Igbo governors are silent. Politicians, they are silent. I want to ask, sir, before now, we've never had a vibrant Ohaneze youth speaking out, standing for the people the way you do. Now, there are some things I believe the youths should have done before now, considering all that have been going on. Can't the youths march out on a civil protest in Igbo land, all over Igbo land? This is no longer an IPOB thing, it's no longer a Biafra thing. Can't the youths, Ohaneze youths, mobilize the people to march out on a civil protest in Igbo land against this injustice in the land, against the killings, the insecurity in the land, and against these corrupt governors and politicians we have in Igbo land? What stops Ohaneze youths to carrying out such step?
I think on the issue of marching out protests, you do protests in a country or in a state. You don't do protests in a jungle. Nnamdi Kanu say Nigeria is a zoo. I don't believe Nigeria is a zoo, because in a zoo, the animals are kept and arranged according to their own species. So even there is orderliness, there is some level of orderliness in a zoo. Nigeria is not a zoo. Nigeria is a jungle where life is so brutal and nasty, where there is lawlessness. So you can talk about protest in a lawful country. In Nigeria, protest is against the law. Protest is against the law. So what we need to do is the youth to organize ourselves according to communities, which I have said, to protect our land. Let us have indigenous security network, all the communities in Igbo land. I challenge you, if you do any protest in Igbo land, I'm telling you, those people with the gun thinking that they're having to, you hear the story of how many people they will kill. And it will end how it's supposed to end. So for me, what I am thinking about is having a town hall meeting of the youth, so that we can ask the Igbo youth which way forward. What do we want in Nigeria political projects? And the reason for this summit I want to call is because of insecurity and also 2023 general election, because we are endangered species as far as this election is concerned. Because if they sense the winning of P2B, they will do everything to interrupt the election. So we must be ready to defend our land. So the issue of protest is no-go area. What we need to do is this town hall meeting. And one of the challenges I have today in my administration, because they know that I'm standing for the people. So they staff me for fund. Sometimes I don't have fund to do certain things I want to do, because I'm not supporting the criminal politicians, because I'm not supporting all these gangsters we have in the name of distinguished senators and governors and whatsoever, because this is the worst of its kind. So our major problem, I have said it, that the marginalization of Ndibo is not just Hausa Fulani. that the Igbo politicians contributed 75% of the marginalization of our people. They are the real enemies of Igbo, our governors and senators and House of Rep and ministers. They are the real enemies of Igbo. There must be a plan to change them, to replace them in this forthcoming election. That is the solution. If we continue to keep them, that means we are keeping snakes in our house. Because they are the snakes that have been biting us with their venom, killing us day in and day out. Our politicians are so wicked and desperate for power. They can sacrifice our life just to have money, just to be in a political position. And the only thing we need to do is to chase them out of power. We must raise the consciousness of our people. And that is why this time, is very, very important. It is a time of saying the truth. It is a time of exposing these criminals that are taken off for granted in Southeast, in Igbo land. This is the time. So I don't think that a protest is ideal, because they will even empower their vampires and cannibals in police and army uniform to kill the people. They drive joy in killing. They don't have human sympathy. So we should be very, very careful and strategic. So we need this town hall meeting so that we can take position and start working things within our communities.
Comrade, look at what the area I'm looking at is this. Ohaneze Youth is an establishment. It's a group known all over the world, just like the Ohaneze itself. Okay? Now, the Arewa youth speak for the Arewa people aggressively. And at times, they merge their talks with action. That is what I believe, or I think Ohaneze youth should do. Merging words with action.
There are some actions, sir, please. There are some actions that need funding. The Arewa are being funded by the politicians in Fulani land because they are on projects. What we have here as governors and senators and politicians they are a flave. There are things you need to do, even if you want to speak to the press. You need money to talk to the press. Even if you want to organize a seminar, you need money to organize a seminar. That is the situation. This is our handicap. This is what we are facing here. They don't care. Their children are not here. They have properties all over abroad. So if anything happens, they can be able to, run away and leave the country. So we don't have any place to go. There's no any place we call our home except this place. And I have told them that the only thing they cannot stop me, the only thing they can do is this funding. So they don't, because I'm not speaking their mind, because I'm not singing for them, clapping for them on their wicked rulership. So do you expect them to get involved whatever Ohaneze is doing?
Okay.
That is the situation here, my brother.
Yes, the handicap is there. Talking about funding, talking about sabotage from the governors or from the politicians. Yes, that I agree. Like I was saying, I referenced the comment by Gomi recently. Now, nobody has said anything contrary. That's a reasonable comment. Right? Now, my question to you, sir, who is speaking for Igbo in that regard?
Who is speaking for Igbo in what aspect?
Gomi has made a statement protecting the bandits, protecting terrorists, calling them their people, not just once, not twice, severally. Okay? And the government is saying nothing. Gomi should have been arrested by now in a civil society. All right? And nobody is saying anything. Now, in Igbo, we don't have anybody that talks in such vibrancy. That's my question. Who is speaking for Igbo in that aspect, in that regard, to meet with?
If you are not satisfied that I'm speaking for Igbo, I don't know the kind of person you are looking at again.
I'm not talking about you are speaking for Igbo. A cleric like that.
There is no person again that is interested. They are cowards. I don't want to tell you what I saw when I was engaging some of the bishops, both Catholic and Anglican bishops, on the issue of insecurity in Southeast. If I tell you my experience, you may stop going to church. Yes. Our bishop they are part of our problem in Igbo land. The so-called bishops of Catholic and Anglican and Methodists. Yes, they are what are interested in people to come to church and give offering and give donation, so that the Catholic will carry what we donated to Rome, and the Anglican will carry what we donated to England. That is what they are doing. That is their interest. So I don't want to go deep because I'm disappointed in the so-called religious leaders within the Southeast. They are part of the problem. They are romancing with all these politicians. What they are interested in politicians to come to church and make donations, that is what they are interested. They cannot look at the corrupt politicians and say, "Thus says the Lord, what you are doing is not good, it's evil." They are cowards.
Okay, Mr. Ike, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. I think when my brother was asking for who can speak for us, who will speak for us, I just like waited for you to answer that question. But if you had said something else, I would have said, then what are you if you cannot be the one speaking for us? The truth is that our people are like, in fact, this afternoon when I was contemplating on the situation in our land, I see our people as, there was one philosopher that said, I saved 1,000 slaves. I would have saved more thousands of slaves if only they knew they were slaves. And this thing made me to think somehow that part of the problem that we have is the fact that we don't even know we are having problem. Our people feel suffering has become so accustomed to our people that sometimes they feel that it is a norm, it's normal for them to suffer. So like holding politicians to blame becomes something that they find difficult to imagine. Calling on these bishops, in the moment you say that these religious leaders are part of our problem, you will see so many people will turn against you because of the indoctrination and the kind of mentality and the kind of, will I say, brainwashing that we have been put through by suffering. These people have subjected our people to such a total brain damage that they feel that suffering is a normal thing and they are their gods. So coming against them, they feel like you are not even helping them. So our people realizing that they have a problem is even another problem that has to be solved on its own. So right now that you are speaking for our people, you mentioned something like organizing a town hall, which is actually part of the project that ALADINMMA is working on. We started with town hall meetings on this platform, and then before we graduated to the level where we are now. But you are now mentioning town hall, which is actually the best way to reach out to our people. I want you to be specific in this regard now. Because if we are still thinking of planning on how to do whatever we want to do in the near future, we don't have time. We don't have time as we speak now. So when do you intend to commence this town hall meeting, and how do you want to use it to create the security network that you plan for the Igbo land? Because now you are the president, or the president of the Ohaneze youth, which means the Ohaneze in the entire Igbo land entirely, you are the president. So how do you want to achieve this? Because we have a short time. Election is coming February. We don't have time.
You made a comment that when somebody talk about the religious leaders, our people will rise up. Today, I challenge them. Anytime I will be pushed to the wall to say certain things, or the attitude of our religious leaders, those bishops, I will make I will make it public the letters I wrote to them concerning insecurity and what we need to do. None of them responded to that letter. None of them said, what do we do? None in the whole Igbo land asked question, what do we do? They didn't respond to that letter. I have acknowledgement of those letters. So anytime I will say the truth, if any person that loves his religion more than the life of an Igbo man, I will make that acknowledgement letters open to the public. Now, on the issue of the town hall meeting, 2 days ago, I went to Aba to have a meeting with the President General of the Association of Town Unions in Southeast. I met with him. We had meeting, a very strategic and important meeting. I told him about our plans for town hall meeting. Then he said that they will give every ideas or support, anything we want them to do in that regard, especially the contact, because that youth summit will comprise all the youth leaders of communities and villages within Alibo. That is how we want to do the summit. So we are trying to put down a proposal for that summit so that we can know the financial implication of that program, because I want to make sure that every youth leader of the community is represented in that meeting, so that Igbo youth, because we are the real stakeholders. When people talk about stakeholders, we are the real stakeholders. Your children are the real stakeholders, because the elders, some of them have few years to stay. This place belongs to us. We have longer years to stay. So nobody should mess this place up for us. So we are the real stakeholders. We are going to sit down. It will be a 3-day working town hall meeting. We discuss on the issue of 2023. What do we want? We discuss on the issue of security by making sure that we have at least 100 security personnel within all the communities of Igbo extraction. So that if anything is happening in your community, you have neighboring community, if there is any criminal that enters your community, we can alert. If they're entering another community, we alert another community. Look at what is happening. So it will be planned and have a very strong network that you cannot steal or commit any crime in Igbo land or any community in Igbo land and be scot-free. So we are working by next week. The proposal will be ready. So I will let you people know about the proposal so that we can kickstart it, because we are going to make it elaborate so that every youth leader within Alibo will be involved. It's not, I don't want to do a paperwork, come and or talk show. No, this is not time of talk show. We are coming to discuss what do we do, and we'll give assignments. Go to your community, look at what we're supposed to do, and we follow it up from there. Thank you.
Wow, that's a very laudable plan.
Martin, just give me a few minutes to appreciate what the president has just said. You see, sometimes I think there are several prophets that were born, but it depends on the message you are sending and when that message came out and who had the message and what the person did with the message. You see what you just said now, in 2017, 2018, I wrote a project, I wrote a proposal, what I call a strategic plan for securing Igbo land. And I gave it to the DOS of the IPOB, the other group, after they disbanded from Nnamdi Kanu. I said, this is the only way we can secure our land. And just what you're saying here now is the proposal that I wrote to them. What happened is that after this meeting, we will still have to talk more, and probably I will submit to you that proposal and that strategic plan, and you look at it as part of what will be discussed in the summit. Thank you so much. Mazi Martin, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ike. That project must surely come up. That project will surely come up, because that's one positive way of securing our land and getting our people, they give them the confidence of their home, because we've lost faith in the government, and Alibo, being whom we are, with our communal structure, this is one way we have been securing our place, and it's time we make it a bigger project in a larger way. Thank you very much, Comrade Igboayaka.
Thank you.
You are really doing a good job, and we commend all you are doing. Now, before I sign out on issue of insecurity, I have one more question for you. ESN, Eastern Security Network, and Igboayaka. Is ESN still functional in Igbo land?
That is not what I cannot answer. I don't really know their operation now, because there was a time they announced sort of ceasefire because of the confrontation from Nigeria police and Nigeria army. For example, you can hear some of the issues happening. The army will tell you that they have they caught ESN this and that, but those things are just makeup. They are just makeup. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I agree with you, because most times the government can use any kind of propaganda to push forward their plans and destabilize any structure that's against their plans. And we all know that this government is not in favor of Igbo. Nigerian government is not for Igbo. We are just there by ourselves, and we have to do what is needed to put things right. So I will go now, Master Ike. It's like you have something to
yes.
say.
Yes, I really want to. This issue has been very, very disturbing as far as I'm concerned, regarding the forthcoming election and our zeal to ensure that president of Igbo extraction gets to the helm of affairs in Nigeria. And then talking about that election, we have our brother Peter Obi that has been generally accepted by the entire Nigerian youth, and even the whole Nigerian masses accept that Obi is the only solution to our problem now. But we hear also back home in the southeast, those led by groups from IPOB saying that there is not going to be any election in the southeast, and that anybody that comes out for any election is coming to meet his death, so to say. So how do we, circumvent this situation in order to make sure that our brother, has a good election program?
I want to thank you. I want to state this thing categorically. Let the world hear this. IPOP led by Nnamdi Kanu is not against any election in Biafra land. IPOP led by Nnamdi Kanu is not against P2B presidential project. IPOP, they are doing their struggle via self-determination. They are on it, and they are not stopping Obi from his campaign or whatsoever. So any person saying that there won't be election in Southeast, that person must be an enemy to Ndigbo. That person must be an enemy to Biafra struggle. That person must be working for Fulani people or working for Tinubu. As simple as that. When I came in as the president, the first thing I did is to identify with pro-Biafran groups so that we can form a synergy, work together as a people, and solve our problem as a people. So the IPOB I know today, Chike Doziem as the director of DOS, the legal team, Aloye Jumako, Aloye Jofo, Emeka Jofo, all of them, I'm in a close contact, in a good relationship with them. They have not at any point stated that Nnamdi Kanu said that there will be no election in Biafra land. No, there is no such information. Last time we were aware about somebody who said there will be sit at home in Southeast, and we have discovered whom he is working for. Today in Southeast, the commercial area in Southeast is going down. Then other commercial area like Port Harcourt and the Asaba is now booming. Nnewi is going down. Onitsha is going down. Aba Owerri is going down. Umuahia is going down because of the issue of sit at home, which IPOP have
Asaba is booming. Asaba is now the headquarters where we can go and marry our children.
So when IPOP under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu, surveyed the issue of sit at home, they said that there is nothing like sit at home again in Biafra land, except on a day Mazi is going for court. The Monday sit at home has been cancelled. There are some criminals sponsored by Nigeria government to interrupt, go out on Monday and say they're enforcing sit at home. So we are warning any person or any criminal gang that are trying to interrupt whatever that is happening in Southeast to be careful. Like I said, the most important thing left for Ndi Igbo now is to encourage this first ever Igbo Youth Town Hall meeting, that we will sit down, discuss, and take action. It's very, very important.
All right.
Today. All right. If we fail to get prepared today, very soon you people will be hearing their sound in all parts of Igbo land. The kind of killings, the massacre, and maiming of our people, you people will experience. What you people have seen in the past will be a child's play, and that is why this youth town hall meeting is very, very sacrosanct for our survival. It's very, very important. It is something. It is a task that must be achieved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you, my brother.
That town hall meeting, like you said, every details of it will be a confidential discussion and arrangement for the security of our land. I must say, let me chip in here that Asaba is also Igbo land. Asaba is saying Igbo, so we'll not put them out as.
No, we're not putting them out, but at least at
no,
Asaba,
we are not putting them out. We are saying that the cities we have here is going down. We are not putting them out. Asaba is the heart of Igbo land. There is no doubt about that.
Exactly.
Correct.
So we now go into the next segment of this discussion tonight. Election 2023. Comrade, is Ohaneze youth endorsing any candidate, or has Ohaneze youth endorsed any candidate?
Charity begins at home. If you people don't know, February, that was 4th of March this year, I had a summit in Enugu with Middle Belt ethnic nationality youth leaders for them to endorse that 2023 is time of Southeast to produce the next president of Nigeria. Okay. Again, around May, in Owerri here, I had another summit with Southern Nigeria ethnic youth leaders. They also endorsed that come 2023, somebody from Southeast should be the next president of Nigeria. And today, we have seen the popular candidate that is not just for Southeast, but a candidate that all Nigerians has embraced, that has the capacity and the intellectual ability to lead Nigeria to a prosperous, a peaceful nation. That is P2B under the platform of a Labour Party. So when you talk about endorsement, it looks so funny. This is our project. This is our project. This project is more important to Ohaneze Youth Council than P2B. This project is more important, very, very important than many of you, because we are your younger ones. This project is very, very important to your children more than yourself, because we are talking about the future. We are talking about the future, that today, in the future tomorrow, if you are going to meet your creator, you will close your eyes with boldness and say that you have left a decent society where your children will be proud of. That is what we are talking about. So this project is characterized what the future of our children will look like. So it's not like anyhow project. It's asking if Ohaneze will endorse. The project is Ohaneze. The Ohaneze is a project. The project runs in our vein. There is no choice. There is no one. We have only one option, because today Nigeria is like a ship hit by tornado. Nigeria is suffering from political chronic disease. And we have said the only solution to cure this political chronic disease is the vaccine. And that vaccine is P2B, is the vaccine to cure this political chronic disease that have lasted for more than 57 years, whereby in Igbo, the Southeast were marginalized and disenfranchised from becoming the president of this country, if either as the head of state or the president of Nigeria. So we have endured, we have had enough patience waiting for 57 years. So this is the time. And we have said and encourage every ethnic nationalities in Nigeria that want Nigeria to succeed, to understand that what will guarantee peace in this country is rotatory presidency, because we have 3 geopolitical zones. There should be equity, there should be fairness in this country. And that is why it is morally justified, it is politically justified, it is godly justified that Southeast should produce the next president of Nigeria. Thank you.
Wow, bro. Honestly, I must be candid with you. In the past, I lost faith in Ohaneze, to tell you the truth. At a point in my life, I lost faith in Ohaneze. I start seeing Ohaneze just like the normal saying that they are all errand boys of the north. Men in Ohaneze betrayed us. They can I say, they did not live up to our expectation. But in you and the youth of Ohaneze, my confidence is back.
Thank you.
I can say categorically that this is the kind of vibrancy we need. This is the kind of personality we need. This is the kind of thing we need to build back the confidence of the people into Ohaneze once again. Thank you very much for that. Now, I have a question before I call into Mr. Ike. What are the strategies? Although it may not be said here, is there any strategy by the Ohaneze youth to make sure that the vote buying and the rigging is not effective, mostly in Igbo land? Or they did not succeed?
I didn't hear you. The network, there was a network interruption.
Okay. I said, considering the 2023 election coming up and the normal rigging by the government and by the people, by parties and stuff like that, though it could be a confidential arrangement, but I'm asking, is there any arrangement by the Ohaneze youth to check the election, the process, the rigging, vote buying, and stuff like that? Make sure it's not effective in Igbo land.
Definitely, we are aware that we are dealing with some level of political Maradonas that can do any dribble anyhow in order to, find themselves in a seat of power. So, ndị Igbo si na onye ma ihe a na-eshinye ọkụkọ ya n'ọkụ ha, maka ishinye ọkụkọ gị n'ọkụ ha, ndị ọzọ ga-aṅụ mmiri ya. Oke a na-erikwe ihe onye mụ anya. Anyị mụ anya nke ukwuu. And I want to tell you that we are very vigilant and we will monitor the election in Southeast, in Igbo land. In fact, we want to assure you people that any person that is trying to maneuver or trying to rig election, because rigging is a criminal act, I don't think that the such person will come back alive, because the person will be contending with aggressive and frustrated Igbo youth that want Southeast to progress and Nigeria to progress. So we will not take it lightly by any politician. And that is why part of this town union youth meeting is to give the youth a proper enlightenment and information, because information is power. They live some level of social engineering for them to understand what we are talking about in 2023 election, because the youth are being used to manipulate the election and the rig election. So we are going to bring their mind into the realities. We are going to tell them the real enemies we have in Igbo land is the same people that we give them gun and money to obtain the faith or the credible election. So we are going to monitor the election 100%, because this election is about our future. This election is so important to us. This election is our life. In fact, any person trying to joke with this election for us, we are seeing the person is trying to kill us, and we are not going to, sit down and allow the person. So 2023 election will not be business as usual. I early said in March this year, even before P2B declared interest, that there will be ballot revolution in Igbo land, in Southeast. And I think that ballot revolution will take place. And any person that want to stand against this ballot revolution, I think the person might pay with his head. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I still guess and I believe this monitoring will get to Abuja and everything will be monitored accordingly. Ike, over to you, sir.
My brother, you see when I was clapping for the president himself,
Bring
because
your this
he has
close.
just said what I really want to hear. Because this time, my,
Ike, you're not audible enough.
oh, okay. My problem was all this time I've been wondering, how can our people be mentally re-engineered into knowing what their real problem is? Because that is the problem the Igbo man have. Tell the Igbo man that you are not going to give him food tomorrow. Before tomorrow, he has started tilling ground to plant his own food. But if you didn't tell him that you are not going to give him food, you might take him unawares. So the problem is how to re-engineer the mind of the Igbo people, the youths, that the problem they have is the politicians. That is the exact. That's what I have been. That have worried me more than any other thing. How to put this idea in the heads of our youths, that those people that they are clapping, those people riding with big vehicles and living in mansions, that they are living on what should make them whom they really would have been. These are the people that have taken the wealth, that have taken the resources that would have given them education, that would have given them resources that would have made them what God actually wants them to be. But because of those people that they are clapping for, those are the problems. That is why they are in that condition that they are. Now, this summit is going to start doing that. So before this time around, one of our brothers have identified this problem, and he called those politicians the Judas goat. That's Tony Nadi. He called them the Judas goat, because these are the Judas goat that lead other goats to slaughter, but they themselves will not be slaughtered. So these are the people that are our problem, the politicians. So I will want to encourage you in your summit, and ALADINMMA is going to be behind you in any way we can. We have ALADINMMA radio. We can also make it available for the broadcast of everything that you are going to do in
Exactly.
that summit, so that we can be of great assistance to you. And we want to tell you that we are solidly behind the Ohaneze. Just like my brother said, that you have reinvigorated our belief and our hope in the Ohaneze, which we lost
Exactly.
long time ago. So it's a great pleasure having you here tonight, my brother. We shall be
Thank you.
interacting. Yeah.
God bless
So
you.
thank
They
you.
won.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Mazen. I have a lot to ask, a lot of things to say with you, because you are a very interesting figure. You're a very interesting personality, and like I just said, you have brought back our hope and faith in ALADINMMA once again. And I believe the vacuum created, somebody like you should step into that vacuum that has just been created, and not this time around, not anyhow person, but somebody like you with the
Not
vibrancy,
a
the belief
stooge,
and the
not a
person.
stooge, not a
Not
stooge.
a
You don't want
stooge.
a stooge there
Exactly.
anymore.
That's our prayer. That a man, somebody like you who won't be a stooge to anybody, should be the next President General of Ohaneze. Now, my brother, there is one thing, one area we Igbos have neglected for too long, and it has fallen in the hands of our brothers in the Southwest. And they are using that tool effectively, positively, for their own benefit. The press. Sir, what is the plan of Ohaneze youth to bring a vibrant press, journalists into the system? Because in recent time, we will hear somebody from somewhere will tell you that an Igbo man did it, give an Igbo man money, he will betray his brothers. And they will project it to non-Igbos, to people to believe. Because the press is a wonderful tool, it's a powerful tool, okay, that will create light where there is none. And when they give negative light, the people follow. And this is one thing we should address in Igbo land. As the president of the youth of Ohaneze, how can we build back or build up this area to project all we do in our label and protect ourselves too?
Thank you so much. Like I told you, people, that summit is not just a paperwork there, because in that summit, we are planning to launch what we call the Igbo Press Council. The Igbo Press Council, their sole responsibility is to project the truth, no matter whomsoever that is responsible or involved in anything. Their duty is to project the truth at any time without any fear or favor, because a majority of the press people are the youth. So we use the opportunity to have a college or an assembly of a vibrant press men of Igbo extraction that will be in that council for the purpose of protecting Igbo and projecting Igbo to the global world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That honestly will help us so that we can tell our stories. We can tell ourselves effectively, tell our stories correctly and accurately, than somebody from somewhere who will just come and put one or two things on the plan and people will just believe that this is the truth and reality of it. Thank you very much. Any more questions before we can now round it off? I think we are.
Thank you.
Hello? Are you there? Ike, are you there?
I muted myself and I was talking all this while. Okay. Okay, Igboayaka is out. Let him come back. All right. Yeah, sorry, I was muted while I was talking. President, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I was like asking kind of a revisit question towards the one broadcasting from Finland and deceiving our youths in the Biafra land, that there is not going to be any election in Biafra land. Is there any plan by the Ohaneze Youth Council to bring him to understand that this is our golden opportunity to at least have a level playing ground, to see, even if Biafra is going to come, we need a level playing ground for that to happen. So is there
yes,
any plan?
I've been doing that, trying to get him. I got his contact and I'm engaging him. And the council, we have also written to Prime Minister of Finland to caution him. We have also written to the embassy, Finland embassy in Nigeria here, to caution him. So we're engaging him. Thank you.
All right, that's very good. That's very good.
All right.
I guess, yeah. I guess I've really, gotten a lot of, insight into what the future holds for our people
Exactly.
from Mr. President today. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Finally,
all right. Remember blessed.
Finally, Mr. President, one more. Just a word to Ndibo before you go. What do you have to tell Ndibo?
Ndị Igbo, biko ana m agwa unu, onye ajụrụ ajụ anaghị ajụ onwe ya. Agha kara aka na-erikwenu nwa ngwọrọ. Ebe ọbụla agha kara aka ri nwa ngwọrọ, gị ma na ndị okenye arụrụ ala n'ebe ahụ. Ndị Igbo, ọwa osisi ka a ga-agwa na a ga-egbu ya, ya kwuru ofu ebe. Ndị Igbo na-ekwu okwu sị na agba mbụ ya atụ n'ogwe, agba abụọ ya atụ n'ogwe, wuhe ogbe ka apịawara akụ. Ndị Igbo, anyị ga-eji nwa ihe anyị mekwara nwa ofe anyị, maka onye ghara ndụ kpa akụ, onye iro erie akụ ya. Ọwa okwu ndị Igbo. Ndị Igbo ga-agaghachi back to their own philosophy of life, their ideology, their concept, their norms and value system, because this is what made us Ndị Igbo. We must go back and understand Igbo adage, Igbo proverb, and so many things. Because I have said this severally, if any person distinguish himself or herself as an Igbo man, you must be acquainted with Igbo value system and Igbo concept of life and philosophy of life. That is very, very important. Onye ghara ndụ kpa akụ, onye iro eruo ya. The protection of our life and our properties is very, very sacrosanct. This is time, no time to waste. Ndewon, ndụ azụ ndụ mmiri, mmiri atala, ma azụ anwụna, onye biri, ibe ya biri, egbe bere, ugo bere, ndewon.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the chairman and convener of ALADINMMA, Mazi Tony Wisi, and all the ALADINMMA crew and leaders and members, we want to say thank you so much for the insight, for opening up with us and responding accordingly. God bless you so much. Nkoji Amaka. Ike, please.
Yes, and also, I know again. Adị ama enwe otu o siri dị ALADINMMA sị na ha chọrọ ka ị bịakwa gwakwa ndị be anyị okwu na ọgbakọwa ALADINMMA. Anyị na-ayọ gị ka ị nwekwa ike mee ka era anyị chance nwee ike bịa gwakwa ndị be anyị okwu n'ihi na ahụgo m na nkwuwa okwu ị nwere nkwuwa okwu and ị na-agwa ihe ihu na-eri and ịma nga ihe na-arịa anyị nọ. Ịma dọkịta enwe dọkịta ị ga-ebugoro onye afọ na-ara ahụ ya sị gị ọwa appendix meanwhile ọwụwọ m ọbịa gwawa onye ahụ afọ instead of inye ya ọgwụ wọm bete ọ ka mma na inyere ị gara dọkịta sị gị mba na ihe ọwụwọ m onye gị ọgwụ wọm ịnyụpụ ya karịa iwere mma gbuwa gị afọ meanwhile ihe a ga-enye mkpụrụ ọgwụ so ịma ebe ihe na-arịa ndị be anyị nọ so kwadowe onwe gị because ọkwa youth na-emechakwa wụrụ okenye like my brother earlier pointed out a vacuum is created and we need somebody that is not a stooge there this time around.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewers and members of ALADINMMA and Ndindi Bolile, we have just spoken with the future of Ohaneze. That's the only way I can refer him. He is the future of Ohaneze, the future of Igbo land. Comrade Igboayaka O Igboayaka. And I believe he has touched so many of the burning issues in our minds and in our land. And I believe when he is being called upon again, like I just said, he will be able to respond to us and speak to us once again. And on this note, like I said, on behalf of the chairman of ALADINMMA, we want to say thank you, everybody who have been a part of this program tonight. Thank you, everybody who have just listened to us and who will listen to us later. Thank you all. God bless you all.
On a good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.